Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna scooch over this way. As you can see, I have Helen with me, and more importantly, my baby's with me. So that's all that matters. But he wanted to pop in and just say hey and
Hi to everybody.
Look at her in the corner.
Yeah, and thank you everybody for all the well wishes and just outpouring of support. I greatly appreciate it. I know my mom appreciates it. Means a lot. Taking it easy, and I'm going to continue taking it easy for the next week at least. So there's a
or
little,
longer.
yeah, at least another week before I'm back to working. And going to see the doctor and work on a plan for what we're going to do going
Maybe.
forward. So, but I'm doing okay and resting and just taking it easy.
Yep. So
A lot of
okay.
people are very relieved. Yeah.
Now I'm tired, so I'm going to go to bed.
Night night. Good to see you.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
You gonna take your chair with you?
Yes,
Okay.
I'll take the
Okay.
chair.
Lots of love. He's so sweet. Such a nice guy.
Most of the time, yeah.
Well, heart attack has a way of making people think twice.
Let me put my earbuds in so my brother's not out here in a minute saying, turn it down.
He is too young to be going through this.
He just turned
Jeez.
40 in February.
That's
Just
right.
turned 40.
My husband had a heart attack in his mid 50s, and I thought that was really scary.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it in a weird way, at least now he knows and he can reverse a lot of that.
Yeah, he's young enough he
Yeah.
can actually do something about it. Thank you everybody for coming here tonight and coming in. And I am just again when I started telling Lewis all the people that were reaching out and messaging me and leaving responses to the thing I posted on my community tab and whatnot. Holy moly, y'all! Y'all have just really been overwhelming the outpouring of love and I'm gonna cry again
Well, Sherry, we
and
love
everything. It just
you.
well, I know that, but it's like you just. I mean, I've heard from people I don't even know who they are.
I know.
You know, they were on somebody else's channel and they heard about it and they came
Yeah.
over and they messaged me on my channel. And I'm like, I don't know who this is, but thank you. I mean,
I
it's
can't
really
keep up
touching.
thanking all the people that have gotten in touch through my channel to give you the message.
I need to go over there and go check them so I can
Well,
message
no.
Doctor.
I've responded to as many as I could. I've still got some more, but no, you don't need to do that. You have other things to
Yeah.
worry about, and everyone understands that. It's okay.
So, but again, thank y'all. I just kind of wanted to let everybody know what was going on, and it just felt right. Helen being with me since she was with me when it happened, and I mean, we were on air together, as a lot of you may remember because you were
Yeah.
watching us, and I just literally shut it all off and took
Like a
off.
bat out of hell. She was gone. I thought you had to go to the bathroom and it was an emergency situation, which,
No, I
we
mean
could all relate to that. So,
we were sitting here talking, and he hollered, "Mom!" And anyone
that
who's a
tone.
parent, when they hear that certain tone in their child's voice, and I don't
Yep.
care how old they are, you know something's wrong. It
Yeah.
just it's instant. And it was like, whoa. And so I was like, I'll be right back. And I got up, and when I went around the corner and he was standing in his doorway, bent over, clutching his chest,
Oh my
saying, I can't catch
God.
my breath. My arm is numb. I can't feel my arm. And I thought, oh my God, he's having a heart attack. That was
Yeah.
all I could think of. And I was just like, hang on. And I ran back in here and hollered at y'all, I got to take him to the hospital. And I shut everything down and ran back into his room. I put a shirt on him because he had already taken his shirt off. He was kicked back watching TV. And I hustled him out to the car and I took off, tires squalling. I mean, the young people would probably be impressed. I was burning rubber. And I mean, thank God the hospital, thank God the hospital was only 2 blocks away.
You've kind of muted yourself a little bit. It's quieter than it was.
Oh, it's quieter than
There,
it
that's
was.
better. That's better.
Okay.
No, yeah,
Uh,
that's better.
Okay.
Am I too loud? Because I was too loud last week. Am I too loud?
Well, and I can adjust my mic, so you're not too loud to me. I haven't seen anybody else.
It sounds differently here than it does out in, YouTube land, wherever that is. And
Yeah.
I don't want to blow people's
Exactly.
eardrums out. I can't tell. But you sound okay right now. You kind of muted it a little bit,
Yeah,
but it's
when I
better.
pushed in on my headphone, I forgot I had a window open with something else I was watching earlier, and it started playing in my ear. It's always trying to turn it off. But if I have the speakers just on, my brother will come out after about 10 minutes and go, "Can you turn it down?"
Thank God you live close to the hospital, huh?
Yeah,
Thank God.
literally 2 blocks away,
Yeah.
roughly 2 blocks away. And I mean, jumped in the car and just hauled ass, pulled up in front of the ER doors, jumped out, ran inside, where I was met with a security guard telling me to stop. He had to wand me to come in.
Why don't you take your shoes off, right?
I said, I need somebody to get a wheelchair and get it out to my car. My son's having a heart attack. And he was like, he drops the wand, he grabs the chair, and out the door he went.
Oh, that was good.
Security guard.
That's
And
good.
he already had him in the chair by the time I got back out the door to go, see about it. And he was pointing to me, where to go park. And don't worry, I got him. You just go park over there. And I'm like, yes, sir. So, I went and parked and ran inside. And
did you feel like you were going to have a heart attack? You're running around?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I felt like I was going to have a stroke. And I was
Yeah.
just so freaked out over the whole thing. And
Oh, yes.
we got to, of course, the hospital was great. I mean, they took him instantly. They were in the back, and I was like, "Can I go with him?" And she said, "Oh, yes, ma'am. Come on."
They didn't
So
brush it off and try to make it seem like it's not. Now they took
They
it.
let me go with them, and the first thing they did was they came in and they took his blood pressure and checked a few other things, and then another nurse came in and slapped a nitroglycerin patch on his chest. It's like a paste, and they put it on a big strip of tape, and they just stick it to your chest, and it
absorbs right into the skin. Yeah.
Yeah, and they put it right over your heart, so it goes directly into your heart, and
right down to business.
Yeah, they didn't waste no time.
Yeah.
And within a couple of minutes, another one come in, and she's drawing blood like crazy, and I mean, she must have drew 12 tubes of blood. I was like, Jesus, how many tubes you drawing there? She says, "We got a lot of tests to run."
Leave them a little.
Yeah, leave some in there. Oh, they were like every 2 hours they were in there drawing blood.
Oh, yeah.
Because the enzymes were.
That's right.
Check the enzyme levels, and the enzymes were not right.
So he did have some damage. It's muscle
Levana,
damage of the cardiac muscle. Yeah.
And in-STEMI is a myocardial infraction. From what they were telling me, it's when the heart can't get enough oxygen,
Right.
and it goes into the infarction part of it, because it can't get oxygen into the heart, and it started causing his whole left arm went numb. He was like he couldn't even hardly move it. It was like it was just hanging there, and that freaked me out because he is a musician. He needs his hands and his arms to play.
Did you think maybe he was having a stroke?
No, I never.
You
really
knew it was a heart
I
attack.
thought I was having a stroke, but I thought he was having a heart attack.
I don't know why I'm laughing. That's not funny.
I have to laugh because the first couple of hours, I tend to, when emergencies hit me, it's like my emotions kind of shut down.
Yeah, you're good. You're good in an emergency, and then you fall apart.
And then after the fact, then I fall apart.
Yeah.
My after the fact was when they finally got to the point where the doctor had come in and they said, "Well, we're gonna keep you for a while. We're gonna check for this. We're gonna come back and check some more, and then we're gonna come back and check some more because you're." They did the EKG on them right away, and that was showing blips that
Yeah.
good, and And then the first blood test started coming back, and his enzymes weren't right, and
Oh my God.
some of his tests were coming back cloudy, and they should have been clear on the blood. You know, when they spit and separated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So by the time that several hours had passed and everything had kind of calmed down, and he was calming down because by that point they had come in with a syringe full of morphine and just said, "Here, this will make you feel better," and they just commenced shooting the whole syringe full of morphine into his IV.
Did his eyes just roll back in his
And he
head?
was like, "Well, I don't think that's going to really do me any good." And whoa,
Bonk.
that feels, he just kind of went back.
Whoa.
And was like, wow, that felt really good.
My EKG, my electricals, there was a little spike early on, and then it stabilized.
Okay,
But my
So-
enzymes
kept going.
We're all screwed up. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
screwed
They were
up.
like, that's a sign of heart disease, and that you had a form of heart attack, but not like a full on.
No, it was an in-STEMI is what they call it.
I telling you, he's
when I looked
lucky.
it up, it was, yeah, he's damn lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had friends who've had relatives that had a heart attack, and before they could even get them to the hospital, they were gone.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I've had other friends that, you know, who's, you know, a parent or somebody has had a heart attack and they survived, but they were practically an invalid afterwards, you know.
Yeah. Cardiac invalid.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, we were very lucky, you know. And when the doctor came in and said, "Okay, tell me exactly what happened when," and when we ran through that time period of about 30 minutes before he came and got me, and then the 15 minutes it took me to get there, and he was like, "You did exactly the right thing." He said, "You didn't waste any time. You didn't pick up the phone and call for an ambulance to wait to come. You just threw him in the car and came." And I said, "Well, we're literally 2 blocks away. I mean, I could have run him down here if I had to."
Well, I don't know if that hadn't been such a great idea.
You know, I mean, I could have run
Poor
down
guy's
there
having a
if I
heart
didn't
attack.
want
Run.
to. And but so by the time they shot him up with the morphine, and then he was like in la la land, that's when I finally went outside to go make phone calls.
Fall
That's when
apart.
Helen was like, "Call me," and so talked to me for a good 45 minutes out in the parking lot, calming me down, which helped tremendously. Thank you very, very, very much. And
You do the
and
same.
then about the same time, I started getting Marina texting me saying, "Oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah.
Tell me what's happening," you know. And so I'm texting back and forth with her, and then several other people started texting me, and then I started getting messages from, like I said, from people that I was looking and going, "Who is this? I don't know who this is. I don't recognize this. I don't recognize the name or the channel name or anything." I was like, they had to come from somewhere else. And then that's when Rose Blue said, "Well, when you ran out the door, I knew something was wrong." And she said, I popped over to Marina's live because Marina was on live with David, Tarot by the Bay. And I said something in the chat to Marina that your son, something happened. You had to rush him in the emergency room. And so she said something on air, and it just kind of blew up from there. I mean,
It's like, you know, in the 101 Dalmatians, what is it called? The Midnight Howl? When all the dogs.
Exactly. But it was just crazy. And I mean, it was just sitting in the room, group of technicians and nurses and doctor. The doctor would come back in, and they'd come in, they'd draw more blood, they'd do another EKG, they'd check this, they'd check that, and then they'd all load up and roll out the room. And I mean, I sat there, "Hi, Marina. If you want to jump on, say something. I'll send you the link." And so it was just crazy. And then it got to where I was sitting in the chair, one of those hard ass chairs that they have, and I literally was like going to sleep. Y'all have seen me do it online. I tend to go forward.
Oh yeah, actually I
And
have. Was it
and
something I said? You just
I just it's like when it hits me, and I just start going down. And a couple of times I literally almost fell out of the chair, sitting there, falling asleep in the chair. And finally Lewis was like, "Mom, go home. I'm fine. If anything happens, I'll call you." And I'm like, with my luck, they'll call me as soon as I get to the
as soon as
house.
your head hits the pillow, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I got
Yeah.
home, and uh, that's when I discovered my emails because everything was still on my computer, and I had like a gazillion emails. It was like, where are all these people emailing me? I didn't know who they were. It was just people responding that were going to the email on my about page, I guess, and emailing me or messaging me or those that know me from Facebook or Messenger, they were DMing me, and so I was like, wow, this is just unreal. The amount of people that were already contacting me, what's going on, and I started to try to answer a few people, and I thought, no, I need to just get some sleep. So I didn't even get undressed. I just laid down on the bed and just I was out. And I woke up a couple of hours later and thought, okay, it's 7 o'clock. Go ahead, get up and get ready for the day because I knew I had the appointment to go pick up my glasses. And
Very cute,
so
by the way.
I'm wearing my new glasses. I
So
can
cute.
actually see the screen, so that's nice. I can actually see it. I'm not doing this number.
That blue color, I don't know if you know this, but I'm sure you probably do. Blue enhances your psychic abilities. So you got it right smack where you need it.
Oh wow, okay, I didn't know that. So I need all the help I can get. Um,
Oh, stop
Serena, if you
it.
want to jump on, let me know. I'll send you the link. Hey, Aiden. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Um,
Let me ask you something, Sherry. Remember when he
this
was
is
a little
Dr. Aiden.
baby?
Uh,
How's she doing? When he was a little baby and you would sit and watch and make sure he was still breathing, are you doing that again now?
yeah, I
Yeah?
did.
Yeah?
When we came home yesterday, um, we uh, he signed out of the hospital against medical advice because he was like, I can't stay here anymore. I have to go home. I can't stay here. He started having anxiety attacks. The ADHD was kicking in the hospital. And so the doctor came and talked to him and explained, and he was like, hi, Amy. And he was like, look, my mom was in the medical field for 30 something years. She knows what to look for. Just give her a list if there's other things she needs to look for. And so the doctor was like, okay, so, I feel a little better letting you go home. And I'm sitting there thinking, I haven't been in the medical field in like 20
I
years.
don't want to be responsible.
So
Don't volunteer me.
and
Oh
Lewis was
my
like, it's got
God.
nothing to do with y'all. He says, everybody's been really great, everybody's been really, really friendly and good to him. The nurses treated him really well. And
You
he
can't
said,
rest in there. It's
you
hard.
can't. He couldn't
Yeah.
sleep, and
Yeah.
and I mean, the morphine will only take you so far, and you're still not sleeping.
Well.
It's just like he was high as a kite, but he couldn't rest.
Yeah.
And and so the doctor said, she said, well, let me talk to the doctor that was already seeing you, and because she was just filling in for the night shift. And she says, and then if they give the okay, then I'll let you go ahead and sign yourself out. And they sent me home a list of instructions, what to look for, and this, that, and the other. And I said, yeah, I have a blood pressure cuff at home that fits around your wrist. So we can, steadily check it. So he's been checking his own blood pressure every hour and just kind of keeping track of it.
Oh, that'll keep
And
him out of trouble.
yeah. And so he yeah, I mean, just that first we got home last night, and Friday night, I guess we got here about 8 o'clock, 8:30. and all he wanted to do was go to bed. And I was like, yeah, just go to bed. So he went, laid down, went to bed, and I probably got up a dozen times to check on him.
Yeah, of course you did.
Just
Yeah.
to make sure he was still breathing. I mean, it's kind of one of those deep-seated fears you have. That you
Yes,
know
it
he's not
is.
breathing anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's how I found his dad. I went
That's
in to
what I
go
was
check
just
on him,
thinking. I was
and
just deja vu, right?
and he wasn't breathing anymore, and it was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was garden genie. What causes it in STEMI could be the beginning of heart disease. Uh, for younger people, because my son's only 40, they said probably what caused it is, for whatever reason, oxygen wasn't getting to the heart, and when oxygen can't get to the heart, it causes the heart attack to start.
Yeah.
And the fact that his arm was going numb and everything was, had he not gone to the emergency room and tried to just, rough it out like so many men do, he probably would have had a full on heart attack and
Oh,
just
you
died,
mean like my husband?
like your husband did. But he didn't die, thank God. So,
Well, neither did mine. Yeah, he didn't die, but only because I didn't kill him, even though I wanted to.
but it was just, it was wild. I mean, it was just one of those,
Weird.
you know, just, yeah, it was like, yeah, I was totally, it was like just the last thing I expected when he
Yeah.
hollered, Mom, and like, I was thinking, maybe he was feeling nauseous or something. And
That's what we thought.
one look, and I mean, one look, and it was like, oh, whoa, this is not just being nauseous. Something's wrong. Um, so, yeah, so it was just a matter of then today, I cooked him something to eat so he wouldn't eat anything too spicy or anything like that, and and just have had him just sitting and chilling out. It's like it's every time he stood up to walk somewhere, I was like, "Where are you going? What are you doing?"
Oh my God. Is he still having chest pain?
No, no,
Oh,
the
that's
chest
good.
pain stopped, so that's a good thing. The numbness
Yeah.
went away. Um, I think the nitroglycerin patch probably helped more than anything in the
Yeah.
beginning,
Yeah.
and because he didn't take that off
Helps open up all those small blood
after he
vessels.
came home. It was after he came home last night
Yeah.
before he took it off, because they were like, as long as it's still moist, leave it on, because it's still working, because it's in like a paste, and they
Hmm.
like paint it on a long strip of tape, and then
Yeah.
they just like
Stick it on you.
stick it to your
Yeah.
chest. Yeah. All I could think of looking at is that's gonna hurt when you take that off. He doesn't have a lot of hair on his chest, but he does have a
Still.
little bit of hair on his chest. And right where he does have hair on his chest is where they stuck it. That's all I could think about is wow, that's gonna hurt when he pulls it off.
It's the least of his problems, sure.
The least of the yeah, like let's take it out and just rip it off. Um, but yeah, he had one of his best buds from school. When they went to school together. Uh, he uh, he messaged me yesterday morning and said, "Oh my God, I just saw your thing you put on Facebook. Where is he? What hospital? What room? How can I find him?" And I'm like, I told him where he was. He's like, "Okay, I got it." And then I texted Lewis and I said, "I think Dennis is coming over," and he said, "Yeah, he's already been here."
Oh my God.
That's how fast he got there. Hung
That's
out with him for a
wonderful.
while.
That's
And
wonderful.
then he messaged me a little later. He said, "I tried to talk to him, but he was high as a kite on whatever they gave him." I said, "Yeah, they shot him full of morphine."
You know, when you have an emergency like that, and I'm thinking even when COVID hit, you got to see people at their best. Many people, the people
Yeah.
you are really. I was very surprised. I had a lot of help from people during that lockdown, and I think you now have experienced, the outpouring of love and concern. People do care. People are good,
Yeah. There are a lot
and
more good people than there are bad people.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I know every time I see somebody, post something, there's a family problem or a sickness or this or that or the other. I mean, the minute I see it, the first thing I do is just stop and take a few minutes and just pray about it. Just send it up. Okay, you know what's best, take care of it. If there's somebody that, they've got a GoFundMe out there or something, I may not have a lot of money, but if I got 5, 10, $20, I'll send it, just because.
Oh, well, permit me to interrupt here and
And
just make an announcement that a GoFundMe is being set up
yeah,
by
yeah.
not by me. It's going to work. It's going to be but
Our
just to
person,
put
Use Your
everybody
Mind, is helping me with
yeah.
the GoFundMe. So that's the first thing, because he called me Friday morning, and so I'm talking to him on the phone and telling him what's going on, and he said, "Well, you got to do a GoFundMe," and I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to, because I don't know what this is going to cost us that the insurance
Oh,
doesn't cover. I'm scared to even think about it, what it's going to cost, plus the loss of wages. I mean, he's talking about, I'll go back to work next week. And I'm like, I don't think so. It may be a while before he's able to go back to work. Um, in a way, it kind of happened at the right time, because uh, they're all the owners, the club where he works on the weekends, they're on vacation next week for the July 4th weekend.
oh,
So they're not
perfect.
open. So he wasn't going to be working next weekend anyway.
So when
So
they
they
ask
were
him,
like,
"What'd you do for the 4th of July?" Oh, I recovered from a heart attack.
yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
He said, well, I had a heart attack for the 4th. And,
Sherry,
a
it
little
used to
early, but
be, if you had a heart attack, uh, you'd be in the hospital for a couple of weeks, and
if not
you,
longer. Yeah.
yeah, you'd have people waiting on you hand and foot at the hospital. They wouldn't even let you out of bed. My husband had his heart attack on a Friday night, went into the hospital on a
Mm.
Saturday morning, because that's a whole other story. And they sent him home on Sunday and told him he could go back to work on Monday. And I said, they put a stent in. And I said to the doctor, well, you know what? In our house, traditionally, when you have a heart attack, you get to take a week off. What are they thinking? Oh my
Oh
God.
my
It's
goodness. Oh my goodness.
insanity.
That is just crazy. Um,
Let him baby himself for a while, indulge himself, take rest. That's a big trauma. It's a psychological trauma too. Are you there?
exactly. Exactly. I'm here. I was sending Marina the link in case
Oh,
she
good.
decided
Yeah,
she wants to
I
jump
kind of
on.
thought. I think what we
I
should
meant
do
to
if
do it 10 minutes ago, and I got distracted and forgot.
if you
Um,
feel okay about this, I think we should read cards on him. Like, what
sure.
advice? Do you think that's a good idea?
I think it would be better if y'all did it, because I tried to do it yesterday and I'm
Oh, did
just too
you?
close to it.
Well, let's wait till if,
It's
if
like
Marina's coming
we're all
on.
over the place.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was just it was just too much. I'm in the middle of reading Deborah Zachow. She's got a new book coming out that she's writing.
I don't
It's
know
a
who that
follow up
is.
to her first book. She's the one that made the Clarity Tarot cards.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
she does tarot numerology and stuff.
Hmm.
And she had emailed me about a month ago and said, if I send you the rough draft, hey Marina, and
Hello, my darlings. I'm a
would
mess.
you love it?
Marina,
Yes, I'm
Will you
here.
read it and give a review? And I said
how
yes.
you
So
doing?
I am well. How are you?
Very well, thank you. A lot better than Cherry, I think.
Terry's
Yeah,
running on nerves still. So yeah, this is
yeah. It's scary because when it happens, I would much rather it happen to me than to my child. I know
yes.
I can handle it. There, I know every time that I think of my son, even though I have to look up to talk to him, I see him as that little boy. 18 months
Yeah.
old, 2 years old.
I think that's a struggle, especially for mothers to compartmentalize, to let them be the adults that they are. It's very hard.
Yeah.
It is.
Always think of them as, well,
Exactly.
they're always your baby. Always.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Absolutely.
Joe's already reading for him. Thank you, Joe.
Marina and I are going to do cards on her son. Sherry doesn't want to do it because she feels too close. So let's you want to do them?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to use the advice, the influence of the angels.
Oh, nice.
And forgive my nails while we've been sitting talking. I've been sitting here picking my nail polish off. Well, I worked today and it got all raggedy, so yeah.
Well,
I'm getting ready to take this gel coating off, and I just got some of the new press-on kind, like what Autumn uses. And I bought the little tapes so you don't have to use that glue. I hate the glue, so I quit using those. And I just started using the gel. But they got that new tape stuff now that makes it a lot better. So I got that. I'd gotten a gift card or a gift certificate from somebody, and I don't know who it came from, for my birthday for Temu, to buy something from Temu, because I guess they knew I bought a lot of stuff at Temu. So I got this shirt here, this little pink violet lace shirt, and
that's cute.
The shirt, and let me pull one off. And I got myself a pair of shoes, pair of sneakers. Nice. They are so comfortable. Oh my god! And of course I got everything on sale on top of it. So, and I got a set of those press-on nails with the little tape things, and I thought, okay, I'll try those again. It's been a while, so tomorrow I'll sit and soak them and pull everything off.
Sherry, did you know about Temu's policy about lower prices or price guarantees or whatnot? Okay. Well, go back and check your orders, and if you're able to, if the price has dropped from whatever you bought, if the price has dropped in the last 30 days, you get money back.
Oh, really? Oh, well, I'm going to have to go check that.
Somebody mentioned it to me because, yes, I do shop on Temu. I don't buy cards from Temu anymore as soon as I realize that they're whatever. But, yeah.
I did buy this deck of cards.
Mm-hmm.
But it came with all the stuff. So I thought, okay, if it's got everything in it, then it's a legit deck.
Do you know, I ordered a couple of decks of cards from Temu, and I won't buy anything from them anymore. They said that the card, the little book and everything was included. Well, when it comes, it's not included. It tells you, oh, go online.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to scan. There's like a little QR code that'll come on the back.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
So,
No.
Yeah.
And I realized the cards were smaller in size. And then I heard from
I found out from Gerald that they were
they're counterfeit. So I thought, no, okay, not. I mean, I get clothes from there. I get jewelry from there. I got stuff for the kitchen, but.
Yeah, I get all kinds of good stuff that's cheap, but I don't buy cards from them anymore. And,
I don't like Temu because they won't leave me alone. That's so obnoxious. It's not like I'm stupid. I can figure out when I need to buy something. Stop bugging me constantly. Oh my God. And I can't figure out how to get rid of them. It's like, it's like being stalked.
Yeah.
So I have cards. Do you have cards? Do you have cards for your son?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So interesting. The cards about your son are all about you. Look at this. You did the right thing. You took action immediately, right? The Queen of Wands, the High Priestess. You knew what to do and you did it. Good for you. That's, thank God. And what happened?
I made you big. So
Oh my God. It's terrifying. And here he's being protected. This is in the atmosphere over him, but it was very lucky, and he's got protection of the angels, right? And at the foundation, here you are again. You figure
protection from somebody.
Yeah, but he's got this strong foundation of maternal energy. It's beautiful, and he's very lucky. So in his recent past, the Nine of Wands, so I get the impression he's perhaps been going through a lot of stuff, annoying stuff, stresses, and I think the stress contributed to this. But now, moving forward, he has a choice to make. And the choice is gratitude, be grateful for the outcome of this situation. And this heart attack is an opportunity. I know that sounds so weird. I don't take it the wrong way.
I agree with that.
Okay. There. It's an opportunity. You'll see with the outcome cards I got, this is his opportunity to stop. I got the Nine of Wands. Well, look at this. The Eight of Wands. This is about cutting back on the stressors, reevaluating, getting rid of the things that are not helping him in this life. The Page of Cups.
I'm listening. Hang on.
I know you are. And the Hermit. I think this whole reading is about him taking time to reevaluate, appreciate what he has, rethink what he's been doing, how he's been living, the things he spends his doing time. I can't talk. Not just work, but also his free time. He needs to do a whole complete reevaluation, a looking within, an introspection, a moment of take the time and think about it. And the Page of Cups, this is the beginning of something for him, the beginning of him getting more in touch with his feelings, more in touch with the things of the heart, the things that matter. And look at that. Look at the picture here. Look at the heart.
Yeah.
It's significant. I know it sounds weird and he's not going to want to hear this right now, I'm sure, but this is actually what has happened to him today this weekend has been a paradigm shift and a gift. And if he chooses to take the time to think and look inward and reevaluate, this is going to change the entire trajectory of his life in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll switch to
Sherry, don't do that to me.
I know, isn't that now you know. It's terrifying.
He does it to us all the time, so
I was all ready to go to bed. My throat has been a little sore today, so I'm drinking some drink. And there you put me. Boom.
Oh,
yeah. Like Helen, I got the High Priestess as well. Okay, so this is also with the Queen of Pentacles. So this is you take action and saying, okay, this is what we have to do, and boom, boom, boom. The Seven of Swords, it did feel like you were doing some internal battling, and so is he, because he's trying to figure out what happened. What did I do, right? But this is an opportunity with the Eight of Pentacles for him to pay.
I got the Eight of Pentacles too.
Yeah,
Marina. Oh my god.
So this is kind of reviewing right? That this is taking a look at what you've done. This is mastering what it is that you need to do next, and so on. I also got the Eight of Cups, and that is, yes, saying, having to look at his lifestyle and say, okay, some changes need to be made, right?
Yeah, he's already made several comments about,
Yes.
I need
Yeah.
to rethink this, or we didn't even
Good. Good.
Exactly, because I decided to pull from another deck, the Guardian Angels tarot, and I got the Nine of Earth, or the Nine of Pentacles.
Pentacles.
Yeah, and that's, health. It certainly will improve. It certainly will get better. And this, I agree with you, Helen. This is like a little bit of a wake up call. In that, yeah, okay, things can continue the way that they were, right? But absolutely, I do get a good feeling in that this was a warning. And
Yeah, he's only 40, and this could have happened in another 15 years, and it might have been fatal. This has happened young enough that he can reverse. You can reverse a lot of cardiovascular disease just by lifestyle.
Yes. Yeah. I also got the Three of Earth, the Three of Pentacles. This is, working with the family, working with the doctors. Saying, okay, yeah, we need a plan. We're going to go forward. This is collaboration.
He was trying to get out the window.
Who, your son?
The cat.
Oh.
To go meet her boyfriend's outside. That's why I kept hearing thump, thump, thump. I'm like, what the hell is she doing back there?
Yeah.
I went and looked. She was trying to get the screen off the window to get out the window.
Oh, poor thing. She's sexually frustrated, Sherry.
Yes, she is.
But yeah, it all looks good, Sherry. I think it's when once he puts a plan into action and works the plan, it is going to certainly it is going to be better. And I know when I was telling my son, and my baby is 42, and when I mentioned what happened to Lewis, he said, "Oh, that doesn't make me feel very good."
Well,
that's the point.
That's the point.
Tell him, take a few notes. I mean,
yeah.
You want his number? You can call him.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I think anytime something like that happens, it's a wake up call for all of us to pay attention to your health. We can get angry, we can get frustrated, we can do a lot of things, but self-care is really important. Self-care is not an act of selfishness.
No.
And
well, it's a hell of a lot easier when you're 40 to change your diet and exercise, maybe get rid of a few bad habits, than it is when you're 60 and you've had a heart attack and you have more damage. Then it's really hard. So it would behoove him to take this. I get the sense he will take it seriously. And you know what? One of his biggest advantages is, Sherry, is you. You are all over his cards.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Oops. Let me throw some things around here.
Oh, feel free.
I know that. I am going to start to fade soon because the neocitrin is kicking in.
What is that?
Neocitrin. It's a cold, cough.
Like a cold medicine. Yeah. Make you sleepy. It probably has Benadryl in it, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah. And I thought, no, I'm just going to come on.
Oh.
But, You need this.
I'll take you off the big screen.
Thank God. Like my biggest nightmare is if I were to get famous and find my face in Times Square on one of those gigantic things. I think I'd enter a monastery. It's horrifying. Just horrifying.
Yeah, no,
And this hour of night, I made absolutely no effort, Sherry. I'm sorry, nothing personal, but
This
was
is
like,
what's left of what I put on at 8:30 this morning. So yeah,
I was thinking earlier, you're looking pretty good. That's good. Well, it's too. There's a certain time of the day after which I am not gonna wash my face. So no, thank you.
Exactly.
Well, look at my poor nails. Look what I've just done. I've just pulled all my nail polish off. It's a weird nail polish. It dries fast, But one of the nice things about it is it kind of peels off like an onion. So
a lot of the newer polishes do that now. You can just kind of pick around the edges and just
something very satisfying about it.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what they've done to it to make it do that, but it makes it a lot easier to.
Yeah, you save on nail polish remover.
Mm-hmm.
Except my desk right now looks like a crime scene because my nail polish was red. Stuff all over it. It's pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
So Marina, before you go, I'm really curious. I'm sure Sherry, you want to know this too. Let me just let me host your show. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Hop in.
I'm dying to know. Did you watch the debate?
I watched part of the debate.
Is that why you're feeling ill today?
No. No, I'll tell you. I was a little angry at how many people were willing to throw him to the wolves. This was a moment in time.
Yeah.
And I had said earlier, you are electing a president, not a debate winner.
That's true.
that he has done that needs to be concentrated on. I do have a feeling that CNN is really leaving a bad taste in my mouth. I think the moderators did a piss poor job, number one.
Oh, God,
number
yes.
two,
and they were cutting him off left and right. I mean,
yes,
they were
totally.
letting 45 talk.
And
they were cutting Biden off. Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing. He was at a rally yesterday or today. Yesterday, I think. And all of a sudden here he is, and he's animated, he's talking, he's doing all kinds of things. First thing, there's a lot of things to consider that really kind of go along with this. The man has had 4 international trips in the last 5 weeks. That would make me tired. I think
Plus he had a cold.
He had a cold. He wasn't feeling well. I'm sorry. I'm going to be so many feet away from someone who shits his pants. Yeah, I'm going to have a hard time dealing with that. And
I'm surprised that the Secret Service let him get as close to Biden as they did, because
he's a felon. That's right. You're right.
A convicted felon. So I am. Was I impressed by Biden's performance? No, I wasn't. But I'm willing to cut him a lot of slack, knowing that, this was just a moment in time. And he had a bad night. I have a bad night. There are some times, and when David and I did the show on Thursday night, and David popped in, and next thing, here we are, we're doing a show. And I said, there are times when I'm doing readings where I have to search, and I really have to be open to, things that are coming in. And it can be a little bit of a struggle. And other times it just flows.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
He had a bad day. I think the lighting on him was very, very poor. And I think that his microphone was turned down. It was
Yeah.
not at the same level as Trump.
I think we have to be really clear-eyed about it. I do not think this is a reason to get rid of Biden. Let me make that right up front. I do not.
Not even.
But I do think we need to be honest. And, I've worked in geriatrics, and I recognized that expression on his face. Elderly people, often in the evening, and I'm not people with dementia, just because they're tired, they start to get that kind of vacant look, and they start to just, need to go to bed. What the hell were they thinking? Putting him on the debate stage at 9:00 at night. I thought, okay, there's that. CNN, if you watch the show before the debate started, they had a former George Bush administration guy bad-mouthing Biden right and left. He said, now we're going to see how Biden has been depleted, maybe not his exact words, and we'll see how Trump has improved. So basically, they were setting the stage for us to go into it expecting what happened. Yeah. And then Trump, ask him a question, he answers a completely different question with a spew of lies, and nobody stopped him.
Yep.
Yeah. Nobody called him on it. Nobody said, actually, that's inaccurate. Or just to be honest and say, actually, that's a lie. This is the fact.
Or that wasn't what I asked you.
The question
yes,
I asked
exactly.
You.
Yeah.
And,
you know what? Earlier today, Linda G popped on for a little bit because David from Terabyte Today and Gary, they went to visit with Linda. And I am so jealous. Number one, I'm so jealous that they did that. Anyway, so and one of the things that Gary pointed out that I thought, yeah, that's kind of what it was, is he said we were all invited and we were told we were going to see a debate, and what we actually witnessed was a Trump rally.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was bullying. Yeah.
I mean, to say that Charlottesville never happened
and not get called on it,
and not be called on it.
Oh, and in one breath he said that Biden was paying Putin, and in another breath he said that Putin was buying off Biden, and crickets.
I know. Yeah. It's no. I think that and the immediate talk of Biden needs to be replaced. Biden, leave Biden alone. The next debate that is going to happen is.
I'm very proud of the fact though that Kamala and the rest of his administration, they all took to the airwaves immediately to talk that down, to say no.
I didn't see it. What did she say? I've been working. I haven't.
They basically, the snippets that I was catching was them responding, with no, we're not getting rid of President Biden. He's perfectly capable of doing this job. Exactly. Just because he got set up to fail for this debate doesn't mean he can't do the job. And one of them said it. I don't know who it was, but somebody said just because he got set up to fail.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem. The people who are likely to support Trump want one thing. They want a strong man. They want somebody to come up full of bluff and hostility,
and somebody that pretends to be a strong man.
Well, yes, it's an act, but that's what they want, and that's not what they saw. And I think the panic, that is created when people who understand that are seeing Biden give just a horrible performance of weakness. And I think we need to admit that is what it looked like. We know the manufacturing behind it.
If you were just listening to the debate, not really watching it, it didn't sound like Biden lost.
No, the transcript.
Very salient points.
The transcript.
His delivery is what the problem was. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you know if you already know the fact that the man stutters, he's always stuttered. He's stuttered all of his life. And I mean, the fact that he's able to still get up and speak in front of people is amazing to me.
Yeah.
Because most people with a stutter, you wouldn't catch them anywhere near.
No. And he was trying to talk issues and policy. And you could see the look on his face with Trump. Trump would just start with his fire hose of bullshit, And Biden looked at him like, what alternate universe am I standing in over here? I mean, you could really see that. It was very frustrating. My stomach was in a knot the whole entire time. Yeah, it was awful.
And it's a case of, okay, this man just told 3 lies. I have 60 seconds. Which one do I tack? Which one do I go with? Yeah. And Joe Eliza posted, apparently Nancy confessed to be the instigator on January 6th. Of course she did.
Pelosi.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking Nancy Reagan is dead. I'm stuck in the past.
A good debater does not mean a good president.
I mean,
no, but that's not the problem. The problem is this performance,
Obama spoke, and he was such a fabulous orator.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
The first debate that he had with Romney for his reelection,
yes,
he tanked.
I didn't see it.
Absolutely tanked, and it was like everybody was in shock, because they were expecting him to run circles around Romney.
Yes.
But again, if you were just listening and not watching it, you wouldn't have come away with that.
You wouldn't have seen that, yeah. Well, I heard that Biden did do a fabulous job speaking the day
after. Next day,
yeah.
Rallying. Wow.
Now, he needs to keep that up because it's not about substance. It's not about ability. It's not about experience. It's about performance is what I've been trying to say. It's all about the image that you project. Mm-hmm. That's what people are looking for, Not us. We understand that, it's the substance and the experience. But a lot of people just want that signaling of I'm strong and I'm.
Well, he did say.
Pat's got it. His male violent energy. That's
he did say during North Carolina that next debate, he said, that he's something along the lines of, next debate I'm bringing Joe back or something, because he was prepared. They spent a lot of time preparing him with information, with policies, with numbers, with so on. I mean, obviously under the mistaken impression that they were actually going to be debating someone.
Talking policy, yeah.
Instead of the BS.
Yeah, because they said it was Chris Christie that was working with Joe Biden, preparing him for the debate. Yeah. But Chris Christie is an intelligent man. And so I'm sure that they were doing actual debate talking points back and forth.
They're not dealing with a normal person.
No. They needed to pull some alcoholic off of the street after giving them a couple of fifths to down and say, okay, talk about whatever. Now you respond.
Well, they're not dealing with a normal opponent. The guy is a psychopath. There, I diagnosed him without a license, and I'm proud of it. It's just apparent. It's obvious. He's a bully, and that's what people want. That's what some people want.
Yep, absolutely. There's Do you want a convicted felon? There's a lot of things that we have to look forward to. July 11th, that is going to be a lot of fun, because July 11th is when he goes up in front of Judge Marchand and finds out what his sentence is for the Stormy Daniels trial.
What do you think? Do you have a gut feeling? It's funny. I don't have a gut feeling.
I think that he is going to get a stiff penalty in terms of, financial outlay, because really, for all intents and purposes, he is a first time
Offender. Yeah.
He you can't kind of throw the book at him. I'm hanging my my star sort of on what Judge Marchand said. I think it was after he fined Trump the first $10,000 for violating the gag order. And the prosecution brought up that he had done it 2 or 3 more times. And Marchand said at the time that, okay, I'm not going to deal with this now. I'll deal with this at the sentencing.
Ooh. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I like that. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I'll deal with that at the end or whatever. Anyway, so I'm thinking, yes, he's going to follow the law and say, okay, you are a first time convicted first time because of your age, because of this, because of that he is going to just impose a financial penalty. However, when it comes to the gag order, I think that 45 is going to spend a few days behind bars.
Mhm.
Well, Nate and I did cards on the debate, and we did not get that Biden was going to be going down in flames, but we did get something that I still think is true, that there was medical attention going on in the background, and for Trump, his big money donors were freaking out. And for Biden, his support staff, the people that were advising him, weren't agreeing with each other. And maybe that's what we saw happening. We didn't see Biden leaving the stage in embarrassment, which is what happened. But we did see all this stuff going on in the background. And we were thinking, God, what, are we reading Trump's allegations that Biden should be drug tested? We were laughing about it. Now I'm beginning to wonder, were there medical people on both sides? Because that's what we got, that there were medical people on both sides not real happy about the situation in general. I wonder, I'm just wondering. I don't know.
I think from my perspective, I think, Biden was dealing with the cold and all the traveling. He's a little tired. He's a little run down. They might have given him, an
antihistamine so he didn't have a runny nose. That backfired. Yeah. It's entirely possible.
Well, as y'all were talking about it, I pulled a Knight of Swords. So, I get a feeling the medical teams were there just in case.
I think both sides behind the scenes were freaking out.
Yeah. Ronnie Jackson got that drug cocktail just right for Thursday.
Did you get the impression that Trump was a little bit...
he was hyped up on something.
I thought he was a little sedated. I thought he was very kind of not his usual aggressively angry and hot.
That when it wasn't his turn to talk and he wasn't pontificating on everything, he was sitting there
making faces. I know, like a kid.
He looked like a 2-year-old about to have a temper tantrum.
Yeah, and mocking. He was very mocking too. Yeah.
Yes, he was. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Should we read cards on the sentencing? Is it too soon?
July 11th.
No,
not that far away.
No, it's not that far away. You'd certainly look at it again. Absolutely. I'm going to.
I'm afraid.
It's the Thursday after the 4th, so.
Yeah, Thursday after the 4th.
And the 4th is this coming Thursday.
Yes.
That's hard to believe. Geez.
And there was, hold on. Oh, okay. Garden Genie says Ellie Down Under did a video saying his pupils were very dilated for being under bright lights. Signal signs of
Adderall.
Adderall.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think he was on, yeah. I don't think he was, to me, he seemed like somebody who was sedated. Somebody who was not his usual flamboyant, aggressive self. I mean, it was still there, but there was a little edge taken off of it.
Yes.
And I got the impression that they kind of,
Yeah.
they got the doses right.
Absolutely. Yeah, but the cocktail worked. And In Through a Colored Lens says, hi, Marina, could you ask through the cards to what extent do people understand the nature of the evil embodied in this man?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a
hard to-
really good question. Let's do
We can do
the
that next.
Okay.
We can do that one next.
okay, right now.
And
Right now we're
yeah,
pulling on.
I haven't even decided what cards.
I forgot.
Let me just be clear. We're first reading on the sentencing.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
July 11th.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
First on the
Because
sentence.
I'm looking at it and I said, okay, I pulled them. What did I pull and why?
It's okay. It's late.
So I'll go to the traditional rider weight. Come on, tell me about the sentencing. Yeah, Joe. They couldn't drug him too much, but yeah, like Helen said, they just took some of the edge off. But really, honestly, I think Biden was set up to fail. So. Oh, well now. Interesting. Oh, okay. Listen, I start off with the Wheel of Fortune. I think that his things are starting to go against Trump. He doesn't really, all the things that he used to get away with. The planets are no longer aligned. The planets are now working against him instead of for him. So his fortune is about to change. His circumstance, his sort of value and perception of himself is definitely going to change. Get the Queen of Pentacles. This tells me that, there is going to be a financial cost involved. And this is, the Queen of Pentacles knows where her money is, knows the value of the things that she has. So I think Judge Marchant realizes what he can do in this particular case. And part of it is a hefty fine. And part of it is being a little creative. I get the Ace of Wands. Trump is not going to like this. He is going to go batshit crazy because he's not going to like what's going to happen to him.
Yeah, election interference, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And look at this. I get the Empress. I also get the Queen of Wands. So I've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands doesn't put up with any bullshit, right? She just kind of deals with things as they come. She knows what she has to do. She's not afraid to do it. I think that it's not going to go well for him. Let's put it that way. He is going to have an absolute conniption fit when he realizes how much he's going to have to pay for this Stormy Daniels case, or which was election interference, really is what it was. And yeah, he said, I never slept with a porn star. I don't know, 12 jurors in Manhattan think
Said
that
you
was
did.
all. You know, the evidence was there, but no, I think it's going to cost him a lot financially, and he's not going to like it. He's
Not one little bit.
no.
Yeah. No.
No, he's going to see all the, particularly with the Empress, all the things that he values, all the things that he has, sort of given birth to in terms of everything that he's done, is coming back and is going to walk by the Queen of Wands, and she's going to be poking him along the way.
You know what else that says to me? I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but the Empress is usually considered to be pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
The Queen of Wands, it's about intuition. I think his luck is changing, and I think his bad karma that he has done to women is coming back. And all those pregnant women who've had to deal with the damage that he's caused.
Yes.
You cannot escape karma. You just can't. Yeah.
No.
Oh, those are good cards. I like those cards.
Yeah. Yeah. No, somebody's coming for him. And the best part, really and truly for me, is we know that, he's going to be appealing that conviction after sentencing. The court that he goes up in front of for the appeals are 5 very beautiful, very talented, very capable Black women.
Oh, thank you, God. Excuse me, I have to go light a candle.
The irony of this whole cluster F has been, it's all women that are coming down on him, and all women of color with a lot of them.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, dude, you are now getting judged by those that you have judged all of your life because they were another gender or another skin tone.
Yep.
Exactly. How lovely is that?
Oh, hey, it's delicious. Let me go get a fork. I
couldn't believe it when I saw the picture of these 5
judges.
And like, oh, thank you.
I'll tell you, the universe has a sense of humor.
Absolutely.
Doesn't it, though? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What did you get, Sherry? What did you get?
I drew the King of Swords. So
oh, yes.
Very critical, very demanding. I think Marchand is Marchand is what I'm getting. The King of Swords. He's going to be very critical of everything Trump has done and said, all the gag orders he's broken, all the other BS that he's put out there. That's coming home to roost on him. And then I pull the 8 of Cups. So we're looking, I think, at Trump just deciding at some point, I'm walking away. I'm getting on my plane or on one of my yachts, and I'm going to get the hell out of Dodge, and hopefully they don't catch me before I can get to the other country I'm going to. Because if he thinks he's going to go to Qatar or the Arab Emirates, whatever it is, Saudi Arabia and all that area, sorry, but we have a what's it called?
Extradition.
Thank you. An extradition treaty with them.
We do.
And if they don't want to break that treaty, they have to return them if we say so.
Oh, very good. That's excellent.
And I ended.
It's funny that you say that, Sherry. Go ahead.
I ended with the 10 of Swords.
Oh, yes.
Those are the 10 more cases that are against him, right?
Now, when you pull up that the 8 of Cups, I did 3 weeks ago, I think, I did a show with Sheila from Celtic Tarot. And one of the things that we did was remote viewing. And when I started to do the remote viewing, I was sort of transported into what I knew was a courtroom, and it was like I'm looking down from behind the judge, and there was a lot of people that were in the courtroom. There was a lot more that were on the left side than there were on the right side, but everybody was just, hushed tones, and everybody looked really, really confused. And as they were sort of talking back and forth between them, out of the side door came Trump. And he was in prison garb with his hands in handcuffs. And the reason that he was appearing in front of the judge was because he had tried to leave the country, and the Secret Service turned him in. And the date that I saw was July 9th. So
whoa.
Let's see. Let's see what
And
happens.
I pulled an 8 and then a 10. So what's missing?
Yeah.
The 9th.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. I'm getting shivers.
Well, wait till you see these cards. So what did you say about the 5 judges, black women? Okay, the first card I got, and this is the United States of Tarot, and it's all the tarot cards have people from the present political situation, pretty much. There's a couple with Reagan and Nancy, but for the most part, they're
Yes.
KKK, death.
Yeah.
His white supremacy is coming back to haunt him. Then I got the Hermit, Bernie Sanders. The Hermit, somebody who is being forced to live alone, be isolated, whatever. And then this card was given to me especially by the universe because this is one of my favorite writers. The 7 of Pentacles, Stephen King. The 7 of Pentacles. I think this is talking about Stephen King. I guess I didn't know this, is very vocally anti-MAGA, anti-Trump, and I think this is talking
And
about the
very loud
judge.
about it.
Yeah, the judge going over his,
Yeah.
sentencing, basically the fines, the money, et cetera, et cetera. And then finally, Mike Pence, the 4 of Cups.
Well, where's the news? I don't see it in the tree.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my God. Well, but I don't think that they're going to be very happy with the result of this adjudication. I didn't get that he's running off, but that doesn't mean he's not.
There's a meme going around right now that shows that noose from January 6th, the picture that they took. And
To
under
what?
it says,
Oh.
from January 6th, remember they
Yeah.
did a noose?
Yeah.
It's a picture of that. And then underneath it says, why hasn't Trump picked his VP yet? Could this be the reason?
Well, I think I know who he's going to pick. I think he let it slip last night. I mean, during the debate.
Yeah.
Tim Scott.
Really?
He was talking. You didn't notice? He was talking how great a guy he is, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh, okay, well, he was one of the people that we were thinking about, but he was so obsequious, it was embarrassing, And I thought, oh, please. Why would I think that would matter? Because I'm normal. I would think that would not be a good look, but apparently. We'll see. I haven't read cards on it. We'll see. We vacillated so many times. We were both convinced, Nate and I have been reading for ages on it, and both convinced that it was Kristi Noem. But then Kristi Noem shot herself in the foot when she shot her dog. Yeah.
Go figure. Yeah, no, I didn't think that he would pick a woman simply because he can't share the limelight with anyone.
I
and
understand that.
woman would be in the
And
limelight.
while he wants everyone to look like they're straight off of a Hollywood sound set,
Oh,
he
Stepford
doesn't want
wife.
anyone, yeah, he doesn't want anyone that's going to outshine him in front of the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
To what extent do people Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah, Tim Scott is, oh please, somebody send him a case of chapstick because he's gonna need it.
Oh, it took me a minute.
Yeah.
Knee pads.
And absolutely.
It's so gross. Okay, that's Pat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good question, Pat. Do people understand the nature of the evil?
You know, Pat was on with us. Helen was with me last week, and Pat came on.
Yeah.
Self-published a book.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
I think that I don't think that a lot of people absolutely get.
I don't think a lot of people understand the nature of psychopathy. I don't think they understand what it means when you have a malignant narcissist. I don't think they understand when you have a wannabe dictator. You know, that there's a reason why they don't teach history in school anymore, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? With all the
I'm sorry. These cards are really funny.
oh, good. Oh, good. With all the change that is going to be coming in, with all the muck and stuff that Trump had to dig up and expose to the world so that we could see what needs to be changed and where and all that kind of stuff. I don't think anyone else could have done the job that Trump did. I think it needed to be Trump in order to do that. Anyone else who could have come in, the visceral reaction to that person probably wouldn't have been the same as it is for Trump right now. So we'll see. But go ahead.
You're saying the extreme of him is what it was necessary to wake people. Well, why do people still vote for him? Marina, I just don't understand it. I know that's what Pat wants to know. Do they not realize how dangerous?
No, because they firmly believe that when he is talking about other people, that they are not included in that group. They see themselves as being his friend, right?
Immune, yeah.
Yes, he's going to go after all the other bad people, but he's never going to come after us because we are his supporters. They haven't taken the next step to say, you know, he has thrown so many people under the bus. What makes you think that you are special enough that he would give a crap about you? He doesn't. When he's talking about, getting rid of Medicare and Social Security, most of his supporters are on Medicaid or Obamacare and on Social Security. So yes, they want. He has given them permission to bring out the ugliest side of themselves and to say that it's okay. That I don't have to hide that anymore. I can say what I really.
It's that poem by Niemeyer, I think that Niemeyer is the right way to pronounce it. First they came for the socialists, and I wasn't a socialist, so I looked away. And then they came for this guy, and then they came for me, and there was nobody left to help me.
Exactly.
And I think if you need to understand how to react to Trump, you need to, at worst, be pragmatic because you're not safe.
Yes.
Ultimately, yeah. So what you can. Dying of curiosity.
You ready for mine?
Anybody? Yeah, I'm dying of curiosity.
Starting out with the Ace of Swords. So
Oh,
we're looking at maybe a new beginning here, but it's a sword. So look what came back out next. The Ten of Swords.
Yeah.
So it's the rest of us are looking at him and we're seeing this. We're seeing someone who betrayed his country, who sold out his country for the highest bidder and was willing to give up state secrets, see undercover agents hunted down and killed for just a little bit of the green. And then it ends with the Queen of Swords, who is just going to kind of, we're looking at somebody that's kind of what I'm feeling like with her is she's going to be there to kind of clean up the mess.
yeah, the legal system is finally going to catch up with them.
Yeah.
Finally, maybe.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's going to take a while, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I start off with the King of Cups and follow it up with the King of Wands. So when I looked at them side by side, I went, okay, yeah, this is what it is. This is Biden versus Trump. You've got the all the emotion of Trump, and you've got all the ideas and all the progressing forward and whatnot of Biden. I then get the Page of Swords. This is, Biden is fighting for democracy. Trump is there to destroy democracy. People are starting to realize, and they are starting to see that there is a big difference between the two, and that the evil with Trump never ends. It just goes on and on and on. And I've said before, I think part of the reason that a lot of, we're not hearing that much from Trump supporters. We're hearing from the money that is supporting Trump, but you're not really hearing a whole lot from, regular people on the street. And that's because I think that after the convictions, they kind of, sat back and said, well, it went in front of a jury. There was at least one guy on the jury who said he got the bulk of his news from Truth Social.
Yeah, wasn't that remarkable?
Yes. So there's got to be something there. But psychologically, the big thing is they've gone along with him for so long. They've lost family members. They've lost maybe even jobs. They've lost a standing in the community because they have been Trump supporters. So now realizing that, okay, maybe we've been sold a bill of goods, it's embarrassing. Psychologically, people aren't going to stand up and say, yeah, okay, I was kind of duped. They might even dig their heels in a little more, but it's not going to be reflected when they go to vote. I think when they're voting, when it's just, me and nobody around me, yeah, I'm voting for someone else other than Trump. Because the other question it brings up is, if I was hoodwinked by this guy and I believed him for so long, I was wrong. What else have I been wrong about?
Yeah.
What other major things in my life have I been wrong about?
Yeah.
And they want to take that journey. So I end up, ultimately, I end up with the Three of Cups. Yeah, this is absolutely going to work out. We need to see where all the bodies are buried. We need to see where all the dust has and crap has been thrown into, into different little corners. We need to expose it all, and who who better than someone like Trump to do that? So.
Wait till you see this. Okay, first card I pulled. The only thing missing is the gold toilet. Trump, the emperor. And if you notice, it's a reverse card, so he's going to be dethroned, literally. Yeah. And you see the money at his feet. Pat, I think what this card talks about.
Card up again?
It's the emperor reverse. It's Trump. Uncovered.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it looked like he was getting ready to have.
Well, it does, doesn't it? I told you the only thing that's missing is the golden toilet, right? The Nine of Pentacles, this, by the way, is Diane Fossey. The Nine of Pentacles also reversed. I think what this is talking about is that we are going to finally have the opportunity for deluded people to see that he's not the rich man that he's pretended to be. That's a house of cards. It's going to be overturned. And unfortunately, Pat, I think for a lot of people, that's really the ultimate thing that matters. They don't care about his lack of integrity, his lying, his sadism, his racism. They don't care about that. What they care about is the money. He's a rich guy, and they're going to find out he's not at all what they thought he would, what they thought he was. Get the Nine of Cups. I think people are going to realize, it's going to finally dawn on people the many insults to the citizens of this country. And then look what I got ultimately. Once again, death.
Yeah.
And the Three of Swords.
Ooh.
Well, we've all been pulling a lot of damn swords tonight.
Well, swords, they're about truth. They're about justice. They're about intelligence. Wake up,
Yeah. You know what? People have been saying for a good long time that, the system doesn't work. The system needs to be fixed. The system is this. The system is that. Yes, it does need to be fixed. Up until now, we didn't know where the loopholes were. We didn't know where the guardrails were not available and so on. What he has done is shown everyone very clearly what needs to be fixed, how it needs to be fixed, and why it needs to be fixed.
Well, I think that people still are not going to understand the true evil in him, but their image of him will be changed, which will amount to the same thing. I'm not sure a long-term lesson has been learned, but the problem is it's not about Trump. Trump is the symptom. You've got people like Leonard Leo working in the background to corrupt the justice system, which he's done very, very well. And he's been rewarded with well over $1 billion. Some rich guy gave him this huge, gigantic chunk of money. Do whatever you want with it. As a reward, basically. It's going into all these right-wing Christian fundamentalist nonprofits and think tanks and organizations. He's not going anywhere. Whether Trump wins or not, he's not going away. And he's still unhatching this plan and not hatching the plan. And I think we need to be vigilant and we need to not be complacent. No. And we need to not give into the temptation to bury our heads in the sand. Because when you come up for air, you're going to find yourself in the gulag. And I know that sounds like an exaggeration, but if you look at history, that's what happens everywhere that a dictator takes over. This is how it happens. So, I don't know. I just get riled up.
Yep. No, this is, and yeah, Joe Eliza, you're right. This is, he has exposed the people that are involved in this as well.
It's a huge wake-up call. Now, do people really understand the evil, or do they just recognize the chaos he's created? I tend to think people don't fully grasp what's going on here, but I almost don't care as long as they don't vote for him, and just start to clean things up. If you're going to get it, you're going to get it. You're going to understand it, and
Yeah.
we can't make that happen for people.
Yeah.
Unless, the only way that we can is being an example of decency and hope they notice, but I don't know.
No, this, bottom line, vote. Make sure that you vote. Make sure that your friends vote. Make sure that your neighbors vote. Do whatever it takes to get people to the polling station. Even if the numbers come out and they say, oh, it's going to be a clean sweep for Biden. He's going to have the Senate and the House and the White House. That's good. Go in there knowing that you're voting for a winner. Make sure that you vote.
Who's been really active in trying to get people registered to vote is RuPaul. And they did the statistical thing. They discovered that the LGBTQ community tends to not vote as much. Now that's a generalization. I have friends, and I go when I want to know who to vote for locally. I go look at the yard signs because they stay way on top of it. But in general, on a whole, the numbers are that they don't vote because they feel completely disenfranchised. And so RuPaul has been on this campaign to get his fellow community members to vote. It matters. It's important. And I've got kids, they're young adults, but they're in that generation, I forget what letter it is, but, late 20s, early 30s. Yeah. They're just so disillusioned. It's hard to break through to them how important this is. Yeah. But then I have one daughter who said, I won't tell you what she said. I won't tell you what she said, but it was pretty dire. She threatened, well, never mind. I'll tell you later.
YouTube
yeah, I don't want to get you in trouble. I'll tell you later.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you that now. If I did, I'd have to kill you.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, I am fading fast.
I'm starting to fade myself. I'm starting to
this is what happens when I do things with senior citizens. I just don't understand. I'm on the West Coast. It's early. Sorry. Okay, you guys. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for jumping on with me. For those of you who came in late, my son came on at the beginning when we first started for a few minutes to just kind of thank everybody and talk to everyone. So if you want to see him and check out what he said, just hit replay or whatever and go to the first couple of minutes. And he wasn't here long. He wanted to go to bed. So
such a nice young man. I think that we should teach him tarot and he should be your partner.
Yes, there you go.
Just a thought.
There you
he
go.
does not believe in any of this. He thinks
he may just have had a paradigm shift in his life. We'll see.
So that we could do. I think that would be so cool if we could do stuff together like that.
Absolutely.
Well, you give him our love and tell him he's got a lot of energetic support behind him, and now he's got to.
Oh, I forwarded him the picture that you sent me, and then Nate sent me. Nate did a healing candle ritual.
Oh,
for Lois. Nate does magic. He does white magic.
Yeah, he does white magic, and then he sent me a picture of it. When it's set up, and I sent it to Lewis. I said, just focus on that because somebody's doing a ritual for your healing with that, And he
a lot of love out there.
Yeah, he was really really kind of blown away by that. He was like, "Wow, that's kind of cool." I said, "Yeah."
Tell him Nate's pretty serious. I mean, good. So it ought to be effective.
Oh, I know. I mean, I just adore him, and the fact that he himself sent me an email to say, "I just heard. Is there anything I can do? What can I do to help?" And I was like, just saying that you care and you're praying for us is more than enough.
You know he is, yeah.
Yeah,
You know he
yeah.
is.
I was like, I do feel good and covered with him. I just adore him. He is so sweet.
No. I loved him first. You're single. I'm married. What am I talking about?
Marina already put me through custody battle for Arthur. Okay, so I'm not going to fight you for Nate.
Oh, this is terrible. We sound so desperate. I hope people understand.
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
I think Nate was related to all of us in a former life. Yeah, I feel
I'm
very,
sure.
very,
I'm
yeah.
absolutely sure.
Did I tell you the story of how I met him?
No.
Oh, this is hilarious. So when I started to do this, my children were very upset because they were afraid. They know how good I am on the computer, you know. They were afraid I was going to give a DNA sample and my birth certificate and my social security number, you know. And so they were begging me, you know, Mom, don't talk about this. Don't talk about it. You promise me you won't, you know. So I promised them, and I've been trying to be very careful to keep my promise. So I get this random email one day from this weird guy, Nate. Who is he, right? And he says, I've got this deck of cards that I made, and I'd be willing to come on your channel and talk about it. So I'll send you a deck, he says. So I emailed him back and I said, look, I don't know who you are. I'm not giving you my address. You know, my kids are monitoring my behavior. I'm not going to send you my address. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll look at it online. If I like it, I'll buy it. When it comes, if I like it, I'll have you come on my channel. Well, the day we met, it was just like hearts and flowers. It was like, oh my God. I'm getting chills right now. I swear to God. We just hit it off like we're separated at birth or something. Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
it's so weird.
It's
I always tell them I thought you were a weirdo.
You know.
I was sure he was some kind of psycho stalker lunatic, you know.
Well, yeah.
That was like me the first time I emailed David Tarot by the Bay, and because he had come through, you know, my feed, and I watched a couple of his videos, and I thought, oh, I like this guy, so I emailed him, and it took about 2 or 3 days before he responded back, and he said, well, I wanted to check your channel, and I said, yeah, I'm thinking like, I wanted to make sure I wasn't some right-wing nut that was trying to.
Yeah, he was doing an FBI background check.
I'm sure, you know. And so yeah, I mean, and I had him on, and next thing I know, he's on Marina's show with her, and then he's over here with this one, and then phew, he like took off.
Oh, so he's fickle, is all right. If I stay on much longer, I'm going to say something. I'm going to get us all in trouble. I can feel it bubbling up. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, ladies, for coming on with me tonight. Thank you both for being there when I needed somebody to talk to.
Oh, we love you.
Text, but somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
And both of you were there on the phone. And I could feel the care and the love and the sisterhood through the voice, through the phone. And I needed that more than I could ever express.
You would do the same thing.
I can't even begin to thank people enough for just all of the beautiful messages and all of the care and all of the love and all of the healing energy. And believe me, I feel it. He feels it.
Well, you want to thank us? This is what you do to thank us. Get some rest. Take care of yourself.
I'm not doing
deep breaths.
Yes.
We do laundry tomorrow, and that's it.
Oh, that's always therapeutic.
Just mine. I don't do anybody else. Although I'll probably will be doing his too. So
Oh, now you're going to have to be nice to him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Love you, Sherry. Marina, it was a treat. We're scheduled, here coming up pretty soon.
Yes, we are.
Oh, you have it right in front of you.
She's got a big old giant wall calendar.
Oh,
next to her.
yeah. Don't look. It's all kind of shifting in front of me. So
don't worry about it. Throw a dart at it. You'll find it. Okay. Love you guys. Nighty-night. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I always forget. Bye. Bye.